All right, everybody. I know it's early morning and everybody is not going to be here, but this video will be here when you get up. I did it. I'm running. Yes, I announced yesterday. This will be my final drive time until this period is done. I know they've been sparse. I might do one every now and again, but it will not be as many as I have been doing, which dwindled down considerably. I'm going to move to a different format and put out one-on-ones, town halls, and things like that. But that is to come. So the video is out there. My campaign announcement. I am running for U.S. Senate here in the great state of Georgia. Now, our goal is $1 million. That's right. I believe we can win this election with $1 million. I know a lot of people say, man, people spend 20, 30, 40, 50 million dollars on an election. On my campaign site, Grayson for Georgia, I have listed the circle of loot. When they are getting that money or those monies from PACs, etc., that money is coming from special interest. And when it gets into the cycle of the circle of loot, that money ends back up into the coffers of those that own the media. But go there and check out the circle of loot to get an understanding of how that goes. This is how the one percenters control the masses and how they vote, by bombarding them through mainstream media with established candidates that they know will do their bidding. This is why they hated Donald Trump and his tweets, because Donald Trump was throwing the football over the media and directly to the people unfiltered. And that is what they do not like. They like to tailor the message in a fashion that would move the people to vote the way that they want them to vote. I tell the people in my congregation at times, or I have said at times, and I may have posted this on Facebook, the two most influential people in America and the most dangerous are politicians and preachers. Preachers can beguile the flock into supporting all manner of nonsense that has nothing to do with the Lord Jesus Christ. Likewise, politicians can beguile the voters by making promises that they know they have no intention of keeping. And I'll use this as an example. When people sit in a box and confess their sins to a man, there is nothing in the Bible that sanctions that behavior. Jesus Christ, in fact, said, ask in my name. He's telling you, ask in my name, and the Father will hear your prayers. I'm paraphrasing, of course, but the point of the matter is you don't need a go-between to go to God. Likewise with politicians. So with that point, finishing up, people won't even pick up the Bible and read it and see it for themselves. You can even tell them, but it's like you didn't say anything. And the same thing with voters. They have politicians with 60% constitutional voting records. All of them here in Georgia are around the 60% range. We don't have any that's like Rand Paul, 94%. And my thing is, if Rand Paul can have a 94% constitutional voting record, there is no reason that the politicians we elect can't have the same. And Rand Paul is not the only one. There are a handful, about maybe 6, that are in the 90+% constitutional voting record. The rest, and what people don't understand, that 40% or 30% of the time when they go against the Constitution, those are the parts that help the Democrats. The part that infringe the the percentage that infringes upon the First Amendment, the Second Amendment, the Third Amendment, Fourth Amendment, and Fifth Amendment. That is where our rights are being infringed. And what gets us into these endless wars, the fight against abortion, taking the life of the child. It is that 30 and 40% of the time when they vote against the Constitution that is destroying the country. So folks, I'm running. If we want to win, you need to help me. If 1 million people gave $1, we've got our money. But you know what? If 200,000 gave $5, we've got our money, and we will go around the media using that $1 million for that purposes. And that $1 million will not be in the cycle of the circle of loot being returned back to the people who put out political PACs that are simply there to handle and control what politicians do. This $1 million will come from the people and will go back to the people in the form of sending me to the United States Senate here for Georgia. And if I am elected as a senator for Georgia, I will not only help Georgia, I will help all American patriots, everybody in every state, because I will go and I will name names. President Donald Trump needs a second term, and he needs people that will help him. He cannot alienate the rhinos, and there are a bunch of them there. Why? Because he needs them. And the only reason they are staying in check is because there are so many people that support Donald Trump, and if they were to openly oppose Donald Trump, they fear that they wouldn't be reelected. Now, the only rhinos that Donald Trump has touched are the rhinos that touched him. Lindsey Graham in the beginning touched Donald Trump. Donald Trump touched him back. Jeff Flake, he touched Donald Trump. Donald Trump touched him back. McCain, you get where I'm going? But those that stay in check for fear of not being reelected, they simply stay silent and they don't openly come out for the president. If asked, they may state in the affirmative that they support the president, but trust me, President Donald Trump is overturning the money changers' tables, and the rhinos nor the Democrats like it. We need more people in Congress and in the U.S. Senate that are not afraid of the 1%ers, that are not afraid of the deep state, that are not afraid of the establishment, that would literally give their lives for the United States Constitution and the preservation of said. That is where I stand. I was in the U.S. Navy. I signed up and was prepared to give my life for the country then. I am willing to give my life for the country now in fighting against the tyranny and the corruption that is going on in our country. People say the government will protect you. I say to you, that is BS. The government should have protected Jeffrey Epstein, because Jeffrey Epstein could have named names. So there you have it on the government protecting you. For the most part, they don't give a damn about you. And you need people that are willing to go into the pit of hell and fight against the corruption in our government. I'm TMOT. I urge you to go to GraysonforGeorgia.com and donate $1 if that's all you've got. And if you know 5, 6, or 7 other people, look, I could go to people on my job and say, hey, man, I need you to buy these tickets. It's for a good cause. You know, the tickets are $25. And I get 10 people that'll give me $25 to support that cause. So your friends might not have access to the internet. They may not even be involved in politics. But get them to give you $1. Get them to give you $5. Get them to give you $25, and you go online and you donate it. Let's raise this $1 million and let's make a difference in this country. This is TMOT. I'm out. My final drive time. because we're about to get this thing going. We're about to get this party started. Let's get this party started. T-Mod out, drive time till next time. And one thing you know about me, always been one that engages with the people. I am not like the typical politician, because I am not a politician. You reach out to those guys, they act like they don't even know you. Why? Because they are separated from you, because they think that they are elitist and they are above you. All right? Actually, they should be sitting beneath you, because they are there to serve you. But they think that they are there to lead us. We don't need leaders. We need servants. Servants of the people. T-Mod out, drive time. Till next time, please.